We've got a little bit of a minor mystery here at the White House because the president was just speaking to a group of children who are here for Take Your Children to Work Day. And he said at that event that President Xi Jinping of China will soon be coming to the White House. It made a lot of observers think that the president was talking about some sort of end game here for the China trade negotiations that have been ongoing for a while. There's been some question about when and where the two leaders might meet to sign any kind of trade deal that might emerge from that process. That process we know is ongoing. White House aides, though, were surprised that the president said that and tell me that they have nothing to announce in terms of a visit from President Xi Jinping to the White House. First of all, listen to what the president just said just a couple minutes ago. Here it is.
Welcome foreign leaders on American soil. We have Prime Minister Abe of Japan coming tomorrow. It'll be a very important meeting. We will soon be having President Xi from China coming. We have many of the leaders, ultimately all of the great leaders come here. They are reporting, your parents, on our country, and that's the White House press corps. They report, they let you know how we're doing, and oftentimes they report correctly.
So there you hear the president saying that Xi Jinping will soon be coming here to the White House. But as I say, aides don't know anything about that, or at least aren't willing to talk about it. So we have the two possibilities here, Melissa. One is that the president was sort of overly enthusiastic in talking about all the different world leaders who've come here, and there are no plans for Xi Jinping to come. Or two, that there are plans for Xi Jinping to come here to the White House, and the president wasn't supposed to talk about it yet, and it's not we're not ready for primetime consumption just yet. White House aides will just say that there's nothing to announce right now.
I wonder if it's a surprise to President Xi, this announcement.
That's right.
But there are a couple of trips that are planned. I mean, it would seem like even if a trip were to happen, this would be at least a month from now or so, because Mnuchin and Lighthizer still have to go to China next week, and then Vice Premier Liu is going to come to D.C. the week afterwards.
That's right. That's right. And they've announced those publicly, and those are backed up by staff and aides when you talk to them, that Liu He will be here in Washington. Now, will Xi Jinping come with Liu He on that trip in 2 weeks? That's certainly a possibility. We just don't know at this point. Right. And the White House is not offering any detail about what exactly the president meant here.
It's quite a take your kids to work day at the White House today.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see whether they had one in Beijing today or not.
Yeah. Thank you, Eamon Javers at the White House. I don't know, at CNBC they had face painting and pizza, but the White House, I guess, is different. What do you make of these comments?
Well, it's almost shocking that the market has moved on without even having a deal. And it feels like this is a reminder that we don't have a deal. In a world where China would spend so much talking about them on this show, I actually think that the biggest issue for the markets are the Fed. I don't want to change the gears. But the most important thing right now is that Fed meeting next week in a market that thinks they have no Fed in front of them and stronger data in the U.S. that I think could give them that. I don't think China's the issue right now.
Seems like a foregone conclusion that there is going to be a deal in the next 6 months or so.
That's what I'm sure everybody would like us to believe. I mean, this has been March of last year, and we've been promised a deal since the fall, and here we are. I personally, I mean, not that I'm privy to the talks, but I don't think we're any closer now than we were 6 months ago. They can say everything they want. Until there's a deal, there's no deal.